What is the biggest mistake people make in love? The mistake of marrying someone and thinking you can change them. Love them for who they are, not who you want them to be.
What is the secret to a long, mistake-free life?
Life is never mistake-free, but the biggest mistake is not forgiving the person you love.
What ruins a long-term marriage the most?
The mistake of assuming your partner knows how you feel. Silence can be the biggest enemy of love.
What makes a grown-up the saddest?
Breaking someone's heart and not being able to say sorry.
What is your biggest regret about your career journey?
The mistake of missing my children's childhood because I was too busy building a business they would eventually inherit.
What do most students realize too late about education? The mistake of thinking that learning stops when school ends. Education is a lifelong journey, not a destination. What is the biggest burden people carry into their old age?
The mistake of carrying old grudges. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself to live in peace.
Where do people go wrong in their search for peace?
The mistake of searching for peace in external things. Peace is not found outside, it is created within.
What advice would you give to your 20-year-old self?
Don't make the mistake of wearing a mask to fit in. Your uniqueness is your greatest power.
What is the biggest mistake we make in our social lives? Prioritizing 1,000 online followers over 3 real friends who would show up for you at 3 a.m. What do most men regret when they reach their 50s?
The mistake of working so hard for the future that I forgot to enjoy the present with my kids.
What is the biggest mistake successful men make?
Thinking that buying expensive toys for your kids is a replacement for spending time with them.
What is the biggest mistake a student can make?
Thinking that education ends with school. The biggest mistake is to stop being a student of life.
What holds people back from achieving their dreams?
The mistake of waiting for confidence. Confidence comes after you start, not before.
Is it ever too late to fix a big mistake? The biggest mistake is believing it's too late. As long as you are breathing, you can start a new chapter.
What is the one thing people realize too late about happiness?
The mistake of collecting things instead of memories. At the end, only the moments remain, not the objects.
What is the hardest thing to learn in life?
The mistake of holding on to past guilt. You must learn to forgive yourself as much as you forgive others.
What do people realize too late in life?
Thinking that expensive things will bring happiness. True wealth is a peaceful mind and a healthy body.
What is the biggest mistake that stops people from starting their own business?
Waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment never comes, you just have to start and learn along the way.
What do people realize too late in life?
Thinking that expensive things will bring happiness. True wealth is a peaceful mind and a healthy body.
What is the one thing we should stop doing right now?
The mistake of seeking validation from others. Your value doesn't decrease based on someone's inability to see your worth.
What is the biggest mistake people make on their journey to success? Comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Everyone's timing is different. What is the biggest mistake of our 20s?
Staying in your comfort zone. Life begins where your comfort zone ends.
What is the one thing students regret the most?
Living according to other people's expectations instead of following their own dreams.
What is the biggest mistake people make while chasing success?
Sacrificing your health for money. You can't enjoy wealth if you are not healthy.
What is your biggest regret in life?
Not telling my parents how much I loved them while they were still here.
What makes a grown-up the saddest?
Breaking someone's heart and not being able to say sorry.
What do you think is the biggest mistake young people make today? Focusing only on career and forgetting to build real relationships with family and loved ones. What do you think is the biggest mistake young people make today? Focusing only on career and forgetting to build real relationships with family and loved ones.
Sir, in your experience, what is the biggest mistake humans make in life?
The biggest mistake is thinking we have enough time.
What advice would you give to people who are always
The
stressed?
mistake of worrying about tomorrow and ruining today. Most of the things we worry about never actually happen.
What is the biggest mistake we make regarding our mental peace? Trying to please everyone. You are not a jar of Nutella. You cannot make everyone happy.